Hey, Captain! I see smoke and land.
Brother, what's that? They're gone.
Green Bean Casserole. Hello everyone and welcome to Sea Smoke today. And it's almost gobble gobble Thanksgiving Day. So we're going to talk side dishes today. I'm going to prep out my dressing a little bit ahead of time because Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So I'm going to get some prep work done today. So we are going to be making, I guess you can just say classic Southern style dressing if you want. But I'm going to show you how I do mine. And we're going to get started with that today. And yes, please forgive me because I did have a stroke this past week. So yeah, if I'm a little off, I stop or get scatterbrained or anything, just remember I'm still doing a little healing. So we're letting it go though. I'm still rolling and getting, so we're good. Okay, I'm going to use my mom's cast iron dish here to cook it in because after I cook some of my veggies in this pan and I'm going to set them to the side, I'm going to bake my cornbread in the same pan. Then that way I'll still have some of the flavors of the veggies and everything in the pan to go with my cornbread. And then not only that, I'm not dirtying up a whole bunch of dishes in the house either. Because right now it's kind of hard for me to stand for too long or anything. So less is better. Okay, so first I'm going to melt the stick of butter, and then we're going to add my onions and celery in there and start cooking those. Whoopsie, I did the wrong burner.
You don't want to burn your hand.
Or other body parts. Okay, this is going to take just a minute to melt, and then we'll start the onions and celery. Alright guys, our butter is pretty much melted now. I already previously cut some onion and celery. I'm going to add it to my pan. And this is definitely a whole onion. And I think I used about 4 stalks of celery into this. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and add some seasoning, and then if we need to add a little more later, then we'll do some later. I'm going to add some of my favorite herbs I like to add. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while this starts cooking. And we want to cook these until they get translucent and really soft to go in our dressing. And plus, the smaller I can get it down and the more I can cook it down, my husband likes it that way because he's not a big fan of celery. So, the more I can get it down, the better it is. You know, sometimes you just gotta cook it and hide it in the food just so they'll still eat it. Okay, and I've got a little buttery poultry mix blend here that I got. I'm going to use because definitely a lot of times I just use poultry seasoning to go in there, so it'll go with my bird. But I'm going to use a little of this one today too, because it's a new one I got and I like it, so I'm going to use some of it. And it's still, you know, got a lot of the items that poultry seasoning has in there. So it's okay. Now I'm going to add a little poultry seasoning. If I can get that bad boy open. Oh, and that definitely reminds me, oh, it smells like Thanksgiving. It reminds me of my mama cooking dressing in the house when I was a little girl. Okay, now, this has, of course, a little water in it, too, from where I had my veggies and stuff frozen. So, I'm going to let that cook out some, too. So, we're going to let this cook a while and cook down, and we'll check on it in a bit. Okay, everyone, as you can see, all of my onions and celery is cooked down, and it's pretty nice and soft now, like I want them. Okay, so now I'm going to take this out of my pan and put it in my bowl, and then I'm going to reheat up my cast iron skillet in my oven that I already have preheated at 350, and get my cast iron skillet really hot before I pour my cornbread in there, so I can build a nice crust on my cornbread when it cooks in the oven. So, yeah, we're going to take this out, and then we're going to mix our cornbread together and get everything ready to go in the oven. Okay, everyone, now I got my pan super hot, and I put a little oil in it. Here, I mixed up my cornbread, which all I used is one of them little simple, like, single serving packages of cornbread mix, and I got some yellow mix, but I made sure I got the kind that didn't have sugar in it, because I don't want sweet cornbread for my dressing. I just want plain old regular cornbread. And by all means, if you want to make just cornbread from scratch, I've done that many times before too, so you can do that also. It's just as tasty. Alright, so I have all my cornbread mixed here, so we're going to go ahead and put it in the hot cast iron pan here, and then we're going to bake our cornbread, which should take about 20 to 25 minutes, and I got my oven at 350, and of course, as you know, you're going to cook your cornbread until you can insert a toothpick and it comes out clean, just like cake or anything like that. Alright, so I have this pretty ready to go. Let me see if I can't. I don't have a whole lot of arm strength yet. Alright. Trying to spread this out so it's not on the same place. Okay, now I got it spread it out and everything, so this actually shouldn't take quite 20 or 25 minutes, because even though I used a double batch of cornbread mix, I'm using a really big cast iron skillet. So that means all my cornbread mix is being pushed out further, so it's making it a thinner layer of cornbread. So that means it'll cook faster, so I will just have to keep an eye on it. And like I said, it should take less than 20 to 25 minutes to do it, since it is pushed out a little farther and it'll be a little thinner. So we'll check on it in a few minutes. See you then. Okay, everybody, we're back and our cornbread is done. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown in the pan. You can put a toothpick in there and it comes out clean, so we know our cornbread's done. Okay, we're going to set this and let it sit there a while and let it cool off, because we are going to have to handle it with our hands to make the dressing. So we'll be back in a little bit. We're going to let it cool off, then we'll mix up our dressing. Alright, everyone, now we're ready to mix up our cornbread. So I took all my cornbread out of my cast iron skillet and I put it in a large mixing bowl. Now I'm going to start just crumbling up my cornbread to make crumbs or breadcrumbs, whichever you want to say. Alright guys, now we have cornbread crumbles in our bowl. Now we're going to start adding our other ingredients. Here is all my onions and celery we cooked earlier. We're going to put that in. Alright, we're going to use a can of cream of celery soup to add more of the celery flavor to it. And I'm going to use a can of cream of chicken, which my husband had thought it was a can of chicken noodle soup, and he was surprised it wasn't.
It's about like it.
So that's how we ended up in a bowl. Alright, so we're going to start mixing these in together into our cornbread crumbles. And start getting our cornbread wet here. I should have got a bigger spoon. What I really need is a metal serving spoon is what I need. Alright, that's what I said. I'm going to do what God gave me.
Yeah, but we don't have. We lost that in the room.
And yes, my hands are clean, guys. Okay. Gary, I need some help. I gotta open some stuff. Alright, I'm gonna add just a little more dry herbs to mine, which I am shaking it out with the wrong hand. But hey, that hand's working now. Thank God. Alright, we're going to add some more poultry seasoning to this. Have more of that effect in there. And I'm going to add some of the butter poultry seasoning to it. Oh God, this feels so weird sitting there trying to do this with the wrong hand. Okay, I'm going to mix this up real quick with my seasoning to see if it's as wet as I want it to be. And then if not, we're going to start adding some stock in here too. And it's not, so we're going to start adding a little bit of stock at a time just to get it just a little more wet.
Lisa?
Yeah, pour like right there where that cornbread's dry. I mean, don't go like way overboard with it. I mean, we're just adding a little bit. Go ahead. One more. I'm going to need a little more because that cornbread's sucking it up like right away. Do some more. Do some more. Do some more.
First you said not to get carried away with it.
Well, I'm not saying do like whole cups full right now because I don't know if it actually needs like whole cups full. But I'm using turkey stock today, but you can use chicken stock if you like. That's normally what I do use, but I happen to find some turkey stock, so just to go with the season, I'm doing some turkey stock. I'll give you some more. One more. Alright, I think this is, I need a little spoon. I just need to taste it to see if it's seasoned the way I want.
I got it, baby.
I don't need a shovel. But yeah, the cornbread's already done. All this stuff's mostly, already been processed and cooked in some form or fashion. So it's okay to actually, eat the stuffing. Oh, well, not stuffing, but the dressing. These are more seasoning.
Okay, what you want?
This one more poultry seasoning. On that one. We'll do that one. It's getting clogged up sitting at the top. Let me see. Just a tad bit more, we should be good.
Which one?
The
Both?
regular one.
Regular. Open scissors.
Now this one's a little wet, but it's okay. It's going to sit overnight and absorb more of these seasonings and flavoring, because I'm not might as well say heat it until tomorrow, because we've already cooked everything in there, so it's done. So we're going to start putting this in here, in which we are going to need a spoon in a minute. And I swear to God, guys, if y'all have, a good spoon, use the spoon. I'm just using my hands because I didn't have a really good spoon in which to mix this with, because I was afraid if I used the plastic one, I'd break it. Yeah.
Go in there.
I believe I got most of all of it in there. Mostly, I need you to spread it out and stuff, and try to get it as even in all four corners. What's gonna make? Woo! Yeah, all four corners of the pan as possible. That way, whenever we go to rebake it again, that it'll be all the way done in each corner and stuff. Like I said, not that it's not already cooked, because it is already cooked, but when you go to reheat it, you do want it to be hot, all in the same section. Yes, evenly heated. And yes, I don't want to hear from all the people going, "Ooh, gross, she's using her hands and that's just nasty." It's going to be cooked again and sanitized. And not only that, who do you think's putting their hands all over your turkey? Okay, because you're not just picking your turkey up with some silverware and putting it wherever it needs to go, or seasoning or anything else. So trust me, sometimes, yes, you got to get dirty and use your hands, as long as you be sanitary and clean your hands beforehand. And as of right now, yes, afterwards, I'm going to wash my hands, because I don't think I want to carry cornbread dressing around the rest of the night with me.
Let the dog lick it up.
Ew. Alright guys, but that's how I make my cornbread dressing, and we're going to cover it up really good, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator until tomorrow, and then we'll reheat it then. Okay everyone, now we're going to make a new side dish. We're going to make a sweet potato casserole today. So I have about 3 to 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes that I baked in the oven and let them get soft, because you need 3 cups of sweet potatoes to make the sweet potato casserole. So I have my sweet potatoes in the food processor already. We have a ½ cup of melted butter that we're adding. calls for a half a cup of milk, but I'm out of milk right now, but I do have some heavy cream. So this is going to be just a little bit thicker than a regular cup of milk. But hey, like I say, if that's all you got on hand, then use what you got on hand. So there goes my half a cup of cream. I have a half a cup of granulated white sugar. Gotta have 2 eggs. And I have some nice fresh farm eggs because my sister-in-law has chickens, so she was nice enough to give me some eggs. So I got fresh eggs. Yay. Forgot a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to, it says add a teaspoon of salt. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit in there because I'm out of my big container of salt and this is all I got left. So we're going to improvise that way. Oops. I'm going to add a splash of vanilla, which you're supposed to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla. And that's all it really calls for to do your casserole with. But I'm going to add a little extra to mine because it says put a pinch of cinnamon in there too. So I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon in here. I'm going to put a little allspice. So this is kind of almost going to be like a pumpkin pie seasoning flavor to it. I'm going to put a little ginger. And I'm going to add just a little bit of ground nutmeg too. Okay, and then we're going to mix and blend until it's nice and smooth. Okay, now we're through mixing our sweet potatoes, and it looks like mashed potatoes or mashed sweet potatoes, let's put it that way. We're going to add it to our pan. Alright, let's spread this out so it'll heat up evenly. Okay, add that in there. Okay, now that we got all that ready, we're going to make our strudel to go on top. So, in my bowl, I have 2 cups of chopped pecans in here. And we're going to add a half a cup of flour, which you can use regular flour, but I'm just using this almond flour because this is almost gone and I wanted to finish it up that I had in the house anyway. But yeah, you need a half a cup of flour. And we need a whole cup of light brown sugar. Got flour everywhere. So I'm going to open my sugar. Okay, now let me see if I can get this cup in here without making a mess. Alright, and there's our cup of light brown sugar. And let me set this to the side somewhere where it won't spill everywhere. So says add a pinch of cinnamon. So we're going to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon in there. And it says you need a half a cup of melted butter. Whoop, let me give that a couple more seconds there. Because it ain't quite to where it needs to be. And this is our strudel crumble we're making to go on top of our sweet potato casserole. So there's our half a cup of butter we need. Now we're going to mix this together so it makes a crumble. Okay, now we have all that mixed together. We're going to add it to the top of our casserole. And we're going to spread it out. And I have my oven set at 350. And we're going to bake this 25 to 30 minutes in there. And then it'll be ready to eat. I should have made a little more strudel. Okay, so we're going to put this in there. And like I said, it should be ready in 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, now we're going to make a Southern traditional classic green bean casserole, or any traditional classic green bean casserole. I have my 1 can of cream of mushroom. I have my half a cup of milk. And my half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Half a teaspoon of pepper. Alright, now we're going to mix this together. Okay, and I have my bag of green beans. And these are pre-washed. Spread these out in here. And we're going to stir this together. And we're going to add our fried onions to the top. Alright, and we're going to cook this one for about 30 minutes in the oven also. What happened on my pan? Oh, it must be already in there. Okay, so we're going to add this end to the oven too. Okay, guys. All our side dishes are ready now. We have our sweet potato casserole here. We have our cornbread dressing here. And our green bean casserole here.
Real good.
Green bean casserole is good too. And now for the sweet potato casserole. Hot. Holy snot. Oh crap. I burnt my tongue. Blow first, guys. Blow first. And that's really good. It's not super sweet, so it turned out really good.
Alright, this is the smoked turkey that we done up today. Yes, it looked dark whenever it came off the smoker. That was from, using a live fire, and that hickory wood. So, let's see how this turned out. Look at this. Yummy, yummy. Oh, I got a big old piece.
Yep, it's good, moist, juicy.
Good flavor all the way through the meat. Nice smoke flavor. Yep, real good.
Alright guys, well we hope y'all have an extremely good holiday. So from our family to yours, happy holidays. And we hope we see you next time.